Okay, we're back now on section 2.2, picking up with example 9 on derivative rules. So we find the slope of a graph of f of x is equal to x cubed minus 4x plus 2 at the point 1, negative 1. So what we want to do is we want to find the derivative first. So we have f prime of x is equal to 3x squared minus 4x. So that's the derivative, minus 4, I'm sorry. Minus 4, that's the derivative for any point xy on the graph of f of x. So it's at the point 1, 1. So what we want, since our derivative is only dependent on x, we only have x's over here, we only need to use the x value. So we have 3 times 1 squared minus 4. So we get f prime of 1 is then equal to 3 minus 4, which is equal to negative 1. Okay, so it says find the slope of the graph at that point. So if we look at the point that we're talking about, it's right about here, we can check this result, and I'm going to leave that up to you. So you'll be able to check your result by hitting second trace 6, and then you have to remember you have to hit the x value. So just hit x is equal to 1, and it should give you that. I mean, it looks right when you look at the graph, but just double check that. Okay, and then with the example 10, find an equation of the tangent line, find the equation of the line tangent to the graph of g of x. So I give you the picture of g of x there. So we have g prime of x is equal to, we have negative 2x cubed, and then we have plus 9x squared minus 2, and we want to find this at the point negative 1, negative 3 halves. We certainly can use the graphing calculator to see what the slope is for g of x when we graph it. This is a 4th degree polynomial. Of course, it's going downward, but we want to be able to also understand how we're using our derivatives. So we want g prime of negative 1 for this, and we have to plug in negative 1. So we have negative 1 cubed plus 9 times negative 1 squared minus 2. So we have g prime of negative 1 turns out to be 2 plus 9 minus 2. So it looks like about a slope of 9. Is that right? Does a slope of 9 look right? We have to see. It looks like I have a slope of 9. Okay, g prime of negative. So I guess it's just the way I have my graph here, the scale that I have, but it should be here. It's just really steep, and it looks like it's not there. But I think it's just kind of a figment based on the differences of the scale. The x and the y scale are different. Okay, so we get a slope of g prime of negative 1 is 9. Now, what do we want to do? Find the equation of the tangent line. So we have the point, so we're just going to say y minus, here's the point, so y plus 3 halves is equal to 9 times the quantity x plus 1. So, and then we could say that this is y is equal to 9 times the quantity x plus 1, and then minus 3 halves if you wanted to. Okay, so you have both your choices there. I thought I was going to do a rectangle there, but this is your solution here. The other is just an alternative version. And then we have modeling revenue. Money, everybody likes a little money, right? So for modeling revenue, from 2008 to 2013, the revenue R in millions of dollars in T years for Buffalo Wild Wings can be modeled by the equation R is equal to 22.766 T squared minus 309.59 T plus 1,452 on the interval from 8 to 13. And T equal 8 corresponds to 2008. So these kind of statements are kind of important when you listen to that, because sometimes I'll give you a word problem and then you'll want to use T is equal to 2008. But at what rate was the revenue for the Buffalo Wild Wings changing in 2011? So that's when T is equal to 11. So we want to remember that. So we want to find R prime of T, right? r prime of t is equal to, or why don't we use some different notation? We've been using prime the whole time, so why don't we use dr dt? dr dt. So dr dt for this problem, one way to answer the question is to find the derivative of the revenue first. So you have dr dt is equal to 45.532t, and then minus the 309.59, right? Now remember that this is only on the interval from 8 to 13. Remember, that's interval notation there. So dr dt. So all you need to do is take dr dt, and then you want to evaluate it for t is equal to 11. So that's going to give you 45.532 times 11 minus 309.59. And for a value of 191, is it 191? 191.3 there. So now that is a derivative. So what does the derivative mean? So it means because r is measured in millions of dollars and t is measured in years, it follows that the derivative of dr dt is measured in millions of dollars per year. So in millions per year. So what does this mean? The revenue? That's a lot of wings. All right, so you have your checkpoint, and if you want to go through this and kind of repeat, you can check your answers in the textbook in WebAssign. But that'll run you through 2.2. I'm going to go ahead and move on to 2.3 and submit these so you can review them. Have a great day.